Good morning, all. It's coming up to 9:15, and it's raining here. It's raining all yesterday evening. It stopped by at about 1 a.m., so they decided to make a quick dash down to the 24-hour petrol station while it wasn't raining. Oh, the council election results in England. Ooh, whoopsie daisies, Tory. Not a good sign. Oh, just my screen again. Yeah, I'm waiting for the result. Well, they've only just started counting. Where my daughter lives, I advised her, well, it's up to you, I said. You fancy voting Green? Green. They've done some gains. Yeah. Excuse me while I put up smoke signals in Wasabi. Yeah, Indian country, yeah. Welsh version of Indian country. Deepest Carmarthenshire. West Wales. Yeah, so I suppose the Reigate and Banstead area where my daughter lives, the results will be through sometime after lunchtime, I suppose. Uh, Typical Tory area. They didn't fancy staying up all night and counting, doing some maths, doing some arithmetic. Yeah. Yeah, right. Well, this is the end. The end, my friend, for the Tory party. The end. The start. It's not the end. It's the beginning. It's the end of the beginning, as Winston Churchill said. Aye. Tories have always been awful on economics. They say the safest hands from the car. No, no, never have been. They made a mess of it in the 1950s, which led to a Labour government in the 60s needing to do, what do you call it, of the pound, the evaluation of the pound. It's all because of the Tories before them. The mess the Tories left in 1964, 2 years after I was born. You know, when you look at the state of the country, you've got to look at the government that says that would say 6, 7, 8 years, and there was 14 years of Tories and through mostly all through the 1950s, apart from a few months, and they made a mess of it. And in the 1980s again, we were having vast wealth coming in from North Sea oil receipts from the North Sea. They mismanaged that. They put half the country on the dole and used North Sea oil wealth instead of investing in our engineering industries. They were closing them down. Tories and their bank of friends. They pulled the rug out from under so many companies. There's loads around here. God, Glanmorva Forge, for instance. It's Nestle. I've got the book there and it explains what exactly happened in the 1979 to 1982 period. They had to shut down. Call the auctioneers in. So much talent. Well, the chief executive of ICI was saying at the time, this is not the way to do things. I can't remember his name. Sir something. And, and even Harry Macmillan. I know what was going on about the Tories. Harry Macmillan was the Prime Minister when I was born in 1962. He stood up in the House of Lords and said things was selling the family jewels all end in tears. And here we are, 40 years later, another dose of 13 years of Tory, and look at the state of us. Look at the state of us. Tory may throw money at us, cost of living, subsidies, energy subsidies. But those are sticking plasters. That's not getting to the core of the problem. You know, the bullshit we've had to put up with in the last 13 years is amazing. You know, when Labour absolutely slaughtered Tory in 1997 in the general election, you know, I thought, all right, come on then. And they were doing well in the first few years, and then it all went to bloody buggery. One of the major incidents that happened a few years after was 9/11. 9/11, was it 2001? So, yeah, 2001. Yeah, 2001. And that started a whole chain of things. And things were going on in USA with that bloody daft Bush Jr. And that led to the 208 World Banking collapse, which started in USA because the whole world trades in dollars. It's all interconnected and everything. And Tories in 2010, for years, well, they're still saying it now. The World Banking crash was Labour's fault, apparently. Idiots, imbeciles. Anyone with half a brain cell like me can see that. That's bullshit. Top quality, 100% bullshit. Buy it quick. Bloody Boris Johnson. The most mature, brightest, the best of the Tory party. He threw out the Tory party in September 2021 and September 2019. A couple of months before, well, just before he announced the general election in December 2019. And the BBC, there's no rational reporting from the BBC. I absolutely detest the BBC now. BBC England, BBC Home Counties. Oh, no wonder I have avoided making a blinking video since my last one, because I'm on my soapbox now. Where's my megaphone? Tories! Megaphone. Oh, I'm telling you. I was 17 years old when Margaret Thatcher came in. And I thought, oh, God, not these idiots again. And in their ways, they arranged the winter discontent in the winter of 78, 79, you know. Management stirring up trouble in various institutions, councils. They caused that. They caused the Falklands War by their mismanagement, by their fecklessness. They caused obviously they caused the miners' strike in the early 84, 85-ish. And then they did a couple of financial cock-ups, financial collapse in the city of London. When was it? 1987, was it? Black Friday or Wednesday or something like that. And then a few years later, they cocked it up again financially with this ERM nonsense. John Major and Norman Lamont. Norman Lamont, that bloody spare part at a wedding. Oh God! And these were internal. The 2008 World Banking Crisis collapse was from USA. I know there was a few British firms involved, but come on! Gordon Brown saved the whole world. He did. He set up he him and Al Sadal, and they did the blueprint how to get out of that mess. Can you imagine Tory trying to do that? They can't get out of a phone box. Uh, right, 11 minutes. Legs 11. Happy Fridays.